stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They go play action. Young. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Young looks to throw on first down. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Touchdown! Donald Parham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings nothing.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the 41, Tua. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. for the double coverage and intercepted. And some space here. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Vikings nothing. Jack Fox to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Third down, Dalvin Cook. Room here to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Well, for them being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And he comes back with one complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
To throw on second down is Young. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That throw by Young incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Young. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Fourth down, Young. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Just not a particularly confident throw there. That one, it had a lot of air under it.
And the fact that it was thrown out toward the sideline, the ball seemed to hang up there forever. That's one that you go to bed dreaming about as a defender, because that's about as easy as they come.
Following the interception, Young dancing to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. First down, Young. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. It's Young on first down. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Vikings at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Cook is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Tua going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off. I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On play action, Young. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, Young. He sets to fire deep. And this one is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Striker, 3-3.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. He finds his man complete. That's Walton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Walton. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Young. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give to a hit and the ball is out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. It's Young off play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Young now. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
It'll be Young again. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Swift diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far. And that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 27, Tua. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tua. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, computer.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
From back at the 8 now after the false start. Another try at 1st and goal. Slot man moves right. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the gun, it's Tua. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
On 2nd and goal, Tua. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. They're still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 9, Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walton. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, Young. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Young, he's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Cook. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or 2 to punch this one in.
Again, it's Cook. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calling a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Lions will take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Young on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now Young. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Lions are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And they'll send the slot in motion left. The slot man in motion right. Throwing on second and long. Tua. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Striker. Ready?
Third down. Here's a run by Cook. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense.
Here we go.
You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Tua on fourth down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on fourth and long. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
On second and 7, Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Young here to throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Check you. Strike it. Strike it.
On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Okay, great.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Flag 2. 6, 7.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially